again, good practice today. I hope you guys enjoyed being out there for most of the practice. I felt like we're taking some good jumps from Saturday to today. Yesterday's practice and today's practice felt like we were better defensively and still doing some good things offensively. So wrapped up camp relatively healthy and feel like we're in pretty good shape as we move forward.
How does Jordan change your defense when he's back on?
You know, he's loose. You know, he's I don't. You may have been out there, you may not have today. You know, but just his pressures, just some things he does. He's loose. He's hard to. He's slippery. You know, and he, you know, both in run game and when he's pressuring. You know, he's one of those guys that just has instincts to get to the football, and you know, he showed some signs with that again today. He hasn't been out there much. He's been off and on. He's had 2 or 3 different things going on with him, and hopefully he's back now at full go. We'll see.
EJ Price wasn't out there?
EJ will be okay. He's had some lingering issues going on with both of his hands. Hopefully nothing that should keep him out too long. It's been off and on. You know, he's been out there and it's bothered him again and kind of has a setback. So hopefully, you know, we're off tomorrow for the first day of school and get back out here Thursday. Hopefully he'll be able to go.
When Jordan's out there, what does he bring to the, you know, the defensive whole? Do they feed off?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know, he's been gone a bunch, as you know. You know, going back to the spring when he banged up his shoulder, and being out for a good portion of the spring, and being out for a good portion of this summer. You know, so you know, we've learned to function and move on without him at times, but certainly with his experience and his playmaking ability, we love having him out there. So, you know, as far as the effect on the defense, you know, that's yet to be seen. You know, hopefully it'll, you know, amp us up a little bit. Certainly his experience helps because when we're playing with the freshmen, they're talented, but they're still freshmen.
Mark, how do you feel about the guys behind Biddy?
I feel very good. I feel very good. Si's had a really good camp, and AJ as well. You know, and we've talked about the young guys, the freshmen, and you know, they're talented players as well. But you know, we feel like you know, hopefully we could you know, lean on those 3 upperclassmen because I know AJ and Saheem are both, you know, anxious and chomping at the bit to get some more reps as well because they've put in the work and have been very consistent and done a good job.
Have you made that final decision at kicker yet?
Not a final. I'll go over all that on Monday. You know, I came in here as a bonus so you guys could pick at me today. So don't start trying to hit me when I'm off guard here, all right? So yeah, I'll go over all that Monday.
You said it on the radio today, so I was hoping you would just elaborate. Your quarterback decision, you may wait a while on that still? Or?
Well, I'm not sure exactly how I was quoted there, Jen, but I just said I hadn't made that decision. You know, we wanted to get through today. We're off tomorrow. We'll evaluate everything. You know, our goal was for Monday. You know, so, you know, I believe I said in there as well that I wasn't exactly sure if I'll release that on Monday or not because they are you know, different options there at quarterback. So doesn't hurt to have them work on a few more things for a week as well. And it is very close. So I'm not trying to be deceitful there. Maybe I just hadn't made up my mind yet. So we'll see how that goes.
How much Central Michigan prep have you guys put in, or is this all start next week? Like
we have looked at, you know, some of our opponents, the first 2, and done some work, and certainly done some game planning. Some things will carry over. You know, so as we're running them against our offense or our defense, it could carry over. So we've done some of that. We'll get full tilt into Central Michigan on Thursday.
Those offensive linemen, the young guys, Kennard was in there a bit. Are there other guys that, you know, what are you seeing from him and then some other guys?
Yeah, Kennard we've been very pleased with. You know, much like Nasir a year ago, you know, we were on the cusp all year of playing him or not. You know, with this new rule, it's really helpful because we could progress him as if he's going to play every game. And maybe if we don't need him, you can keep it. You know, it's yet to be seen. We feel like he's in a position where he can play. We're trusting him. He's doing a very good job. You know, he's in the top, you know, 8, 9 right now, and we'll just kind of see where that goes.
Any of those
you know,
freshmen?
I think some freshmen will play, and some will be on that cusp of we'll see, hold, get them ready, and if we have injuries or we feel like they progress, they'll play. And you know, we have that 4 games to work with, that's the first time we've ever been through that. I think that'll be helpful instead of just throwing guys out there and maybe then they taper off and, you know, we don't use them as much as we'd like. So it'll be new this year, but I'm excited about it. And, you know, I definitely want to be careful. And, you know, there'll be some guys where they're definitely going to play. And again, I'll go through that next week or Monday with the 2 deep or guys that we anticipate traveling and playing.
Mark, how's Kenneth Horsey just doing physically?
He's doing good. He really has. You know, he's done everything. You know, once he was released, we were very cautious. The doctors were very cautious, and obviously, you know, our medical team makes those decisions. And you know, he's been very good.
Chris Restreet had that wrap on his hand today. What is that from?
Yeah, he just jammed up some fingers Saturday in the scrimmage. So, you know, hopefully he won't have to wear that much longer.
You guys released a note on Ashton Pierre earlier
Yeah.
today. Can you comment on?
Yeah,
the
Ashton,
rest?
he's back. He's cleared to be here and be on scholarship. He cannot participate this year, and it's kind of late as well, you know, for him. So it's good that he's here, and you know, he'll redshirt and he'll practice every day and go through everything. So that's you know, something that was out of my hands.
Do you see him as an outside linebacker or inside, or do you know where?
Inside, we'll play him inside.
Did tomorrow you obviously won't have your hands on the guys as much. What was your kind of overall message as training camp winds down? What was your message to the team?
At the end here, what it really was about finishing. You know, after Saturday scrimmage and coming back today and having, you know, yesterday's practice and today, having a Monday and Tuesday of some really good, intense practices, and they were high volume. We were moving around pretty good. They were physical, and we worked quite a few situations. So it was good to get a strong finish, and you know, we wrapped it up both yesterday and today with some 2-minute situations, and you know, we can't get enough of that. So we got to make sure we hit all the situations we can before we exit camp. But you know, but also I talked about that yesterday, or no, maybe I didn't tell you guys, but just with the team, you know, just the mentality. You know, we can't just be sitting there. You know, sometimes with experienced guys, they just think they could just flip that switch and it just automatically going to roll out there Saturday and play well. And that's not the case. And I did feel like we had a bit more sense of urgency the past 2 days, in particular defensively.
What are you seeing from Dorian leadership-wise and sort of happy to be back out there, I assume?
I think he's, you know, working his way through that. He gets more and more comfortable with every opportunity. You know, this past Saturday in a scrimmage, and you know, first time he was really tackled since he was injured, and going through that and getting that rust off. I think that was very helpful for him and big confidence builder for him getting through it.
Mark, with-
Appreciate this fly.
Questions?
with Josh out of there, did you get settled what you wanted to settle on the defensive line, not having him?
Well, it hurts us because, you know, we all know how talented he is and how versatile he is. And, you know, with the move for him going inside like that, with some of the things that we do, he moves back out to a defensive end, and he has the size and he has the ability. So it's a loss, you know, it's a loss. It's you know, for those types of bodies and what you're looking for out of those players, we have some good D linemen, but at that skill set, you know, you're looking for,
It's hard to duplicate.
yeah, exactly. So, you know, we definitely miss them.
What has pleased you the most about the quarterback's progress during camp?
Yeah, I think just their confidence, their poise, their decision making. We were getting in a habit early on in camp. They were holding the ball too long and getting a false sense of, you know, protection and, you know, time. And I felt like, you know, as their confidence is growing, they're getting rid of the ball and being more efficient with the football, knowing where to go, anticipating the windows and getting rid of the football. And really, you know, the 3 of them I've been very impressed with. You know, they've really made some big jumps even in the last week and last 10 days, you know, and Walker's going to be great. He's still coming back. He's an uphill climb with his shoulder and so on. But with Danny and the other 2, you know, with Gunner and Terry, those guys have really looked good. You know, they've done some good things. You guys were out there today during the 1 period, and you saw some balls down the field. You saw some tight windows. You saw some interceptions, and that's really what we're looking for in that period. Was I want the ball in tight windows. I want to take shots, and sometimes the quarterbacks have to get so cautious because they don't want to lose the job by making bad decisions. And you know, for the defense in that drill, I wanted the ball. I wanted them attacking us and and that's why you saw a few more picks in that position. But you also saw some incredible throws and some tight windows and some good catches down the field. And you know, that's what we're looking for in that period, and that's where you start seeing some talent and some guys that are, you know, throwing the ball in some very tight windows with some strong throws, and you see what they can do, you know, and make sure you're stressing the defense and making them make plays on the football as well. So I thought that period has been good for us.
Are you getting what you want out of your running backs in the passing game?
Pardon me?
Are you getting what you want from the running backs in the passing game?
Yeah, definitely. They're getting better. You know, I have confidence in our backs being good third down backs. You know, and first and second down, they're very efficient. You know, getting check downs and so on. You know, they've been good.
Mark, how much farther along is Lynn, you know, actually being able to go through a spring practice and being here for the whole training camp and
Yeah,
all that?
he's much further along, and you know, just like you would expect, you know, and for him, and you know, he'll probably tell you, but just the consistency of going through this amount of work for this long is still new to him, you know, because the fall he came in late and was kind of holding on, you know, trying to learn everything, and we're already in game preparation, so you don't get the reps that you get all summer and all through camp. And you know, the struggle mentally, the monotony of it, and how hard it is with walkthroughs, meetings, practice, and full day. So I thought he handled it well, and you know, you're going to get better and better with every opportunity. But he did a good job, and he's getting better, and he's really learned to play fast. You know, we're playing much faster.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
Mark, is there any chance that Pascal's coming back this season, or do you know that yet?
I'm going to address all those issues on Monday. Thanks
Okay.
for trying to get me.